One of my favorite series that we do here, whale, dolphin, or a lucky fish. I'm so excited. This is I love reading your guys' story of how you got involved in Flesh and Blood. I love hearing your story of buying stuff to make money, or buying stuff to play and getting lucky, or just trying to compete with the whales. I love it. We had a ton of fun on stream last night. We had like 150 people at one point watching. We opened a box of, look, this is the box of Alpha that we opened. I'm sending it back to the patron. We opened a box of Alpha. We pulled a foil Art of War for one of you guys on the free packs, and we had a whole lot of fun. Hey, I have one box of Arcane Rising left. My local game store in my area, can't get any more right now. So box opening videos might be a little light in the next couple weeks, but I will find a new form of content for you. We only do like 3 box openings a week, so it shouldn't really affect it that much. But anyway. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're ready to read to listen to a whale, dolphin, or lucky fish story. This is kind of my series where I ask you to shoot me an email at KitchenTableTCG. Share your story with us so I can share it with the community. And then the community gets to rate you and judge you. Are you a whale? Are you a dolphin, or are you a lucky fish? And I've heard a new one, a sea crustacean, is one that I've heard in the comment section too, where you are now a sea crustacean. So it'll be fun to do this. We're gonna try it a little bit differently. Usually I read through the stories and I try to like edit it down a little bit. This story is somebody who I've been talking to for a while, and I think his story is going to be really good, so I haven't even read it yet. So I'm going to read it for the first time, and you'll get to see me react to it first time. We'll see what happens. So here we go. I'm excited about the story. So hey, before we get anywhere, if you want to send in your story, make sure you do it to KitchenTableTCG at gmail.com, and I'll get to read it. And I just love this. I love sharing your stories. We've got a really cool story coming out this week too with some other people in the community. But this is really fun, the whale, dolphin, lucky fish thing. I really like it. All right, here we go. Louis, it all started back on an April day in 1976 when the stork dropped me off on my parents' doorstep. Wait, too far back? Okay, I'll speed up a day. In the early 1994, exact day unknown, I was a senior in high school, and me and my friends played Dungeons & Dragons, and I was also into comic books and sports cards. I got a paper route at 13, back when it was safe to do so. Every week or two, when I got paid, I would go and buy some 1989 Upper Deck baseball packs. Nobody would sell the whole boxes, to try to get the elusive Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. And also in 1990, chased a Bo Jackson football baseball card. And also got a job at 15 working in a restaurant for comic book money. Yeah, you know, I worked in a restaurant for a long time. Working in a restaurant's hard work. I'm guessing that whoever this is, that you've got good work ethic. Because if you work in a restaurant, you'll learn good work ethic. I also joined the National Guard at 17, so I had 2 jobs in high school. See, there's that good work ethic. Got off track for a bit. Got off track for a bit. Now I'm getting back into the comic books and D&D phase. My senior year, I was at my local comic book store picking up some comics and D&D book, and the owner showed me the Magic Beta starters. Explained to me the game, and me and a couple of my friends figured, what the heck, looks interesting, and we purchased a couple of starters. Cool, I wish I was alive. I was alive back then, but I was 2 years old. Where are we? It was immediately hooked, and the game was super fun, and we have never seen a card game before, because when we looked at a collectible card, we beat up our cards. Because we didn't look at it as a collectible game, because we didn't look at it as a collectible game, we beat up our cards. We used them as coasters when we played Dungeons & Dragons, and then Unlimited came out, and we were like, oh, no black border, this is just dumb. I think at the time, Arabian Nights was just out or something, or it was coming out. When we realized that they also had black borders, we wanted to keep all cards to match, so we took Sharpies out of our unlimited cards. Oh, they Sharpied their unlimited cards. Keep in mind this is 94, so not really any internet back then or even price guides. It wasn't until Scry magazine came out that we realized cards had prices. All right, Magic the Gathering had introduced a whole new concept of gaming to me. Soon after, he tried other collectible card games like Star Trek and Star Wars. Nothing compared to Magic the Gathering. As life went by, he told me don't put this in there. I'm putting it in there. As life went by and I discovered women. After all, I got busy with my career at the time and slowly bought and played less of Magic the Gathering. I eventually sold my entire collection around 1997. I think around the time of Homeland and Tempest. I mean, that's pretty common, right? Like, life happens, you get into a relationship, you just don't play the game anymore. All right, we're getting to the Flesh and Blood stuff. I have always missed out on playing card games and Dungeons & Dragons, but never had the time. And a few years ago, my brother gave me all of his Magic the Gathering cards, so I started playing again. But with that, changes and issues with WotC lately, it just wasn't the same. I was a patron of Rudy's just for the $80 boxes. Then one day I saw his video about Flesh and Blood. Here we go. If you're waiting this long, we're now talking about Flesh and Blood. I saw his video about Flesh and Blood, the WTR variety kick. He got me excited about the card game again, just like playing back in high school. I also heard about the game the same month when I was placing an online order from King's Game in New York City. They had Flesh and Blood boxes, but I only ordered Iconic Masters for them, so I took a chance with Rudy's order for one kit for $200. It was a really good deal. I think it had a couple boxes in it, 3 boxes maybe? It was a really good deal. Once it arrived, it was amazing. It was like the card quality and design, it was just so good. But I didn't know anybody who played, and I lived in Omaha, and I searched the Flesh and Blood page, the only one that I knew existed, and I think there were around 40 members in total. Wow! There's like 3,200 now, I always track it. Only 40 members in total, that's early, and nobody here in Omaha. So after a few months of not having anybody to play with, I just kind of lost interest. Also, with the COVID closures, it would have been next to impossible to play any game at a game store, even if we did have the players. Around that time, Arcane Rising came out, and I didn't buy the kit from Rudy because I didn't want to grow my collection if I couldn't physically play. I realize now that that was a mistake. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, you know what, and everybody does this, right? Like, if you find yourself that you don't get anything, like, don't hold on to it too long, right? Like, he should have bought some, but he didn't at the time. I mean, it was been a huge risk. Eventually, LSS made the announcement about cold foils being only in first edition boxes and not in unlimited. I was a little let down because I really like how the cold foils look. No other card set has made foils like them. The collector in me wanted to go out and get a whole case, but the player in me told me to use that money to buy unlimited when it comes out and get more money. I listened to the player in me. Although I'm happy with the Powerhouse cards I do have, they all have sentimental value, and I will probably never sell them because I don't have much money in them. Most of them I pulled from $3 packs. And I think I've said this before, like, a lot of these people who have pulled like a foil Lightning Strike or all those cards that they bought in at $80 a box, they have no incentive to sell, right? That's like what he's saying. So I checked the store locator page on LS's site for an armory store, and 0 stores came up here in Omaha. So eventually I found some of the OG players on the Facebook page and played a couple games through Facebook Messenger. Oh, that's what he says right there. That was a challenge. I was excited for Crucible to come out. I sold about $900 worth of Magic the Gathering cards just so I could get about 10 boxes of Crew, and the set did not disappoint. When the Unlimited came out, I ordered a few cases of WTR and one of ARC. My wife loved cracking packs with me. She pulled a heart from her 4th pack of her first box. I've opened 20 boxes. And now she's just started, now she's hooked on cracking packs. She doesn't play. Around this time, the Flesh and Blood community started to grow on Facebook, and there were more than just one page. There were several, and new players were being added in daily. I found myself helping new players acquire certain cards, and I spent more time trading cards than playing cards, which still gives me joy because I helped so many get started. But I kept trying to find local players and still no luck. And as it became more and more discouraged, I figured I would check LSS's store locator site once again. And while I was pleasantly surprised to find a store here in Omaha that was recently added for armory events, I called the store immediately, talked to the owner. I had attended my first armory event that weekend. He then attended his first armory event that weekend. Even though he had an idea how to play, a blitz deck he was already made, it was nice when I got there and everybody was super friendly and welcomed with open arms, and they have a tight group, and now the new players show up every week. So now he goes there every week to play, and he also enjoys getting new players involved in the game and helping them get cards that they need to complete their deck. Armory events are every Saturday now, and we have a person who streams the games on Twitch. I post info about the event and my spoils to social media. I feel bad because I get a lot of messages from people on Facebook who see my posts and they ask about the event, and they say they can't wait till their LGS gets events. I know how they feel, and I also think I am extremely lucky that LSS approved my LGS's request. They could have easily said no when he applied. I do want to give them a shout out, the Mana Merchant in Omaha. He's a very solid dude. He does whatever he can do to get new players involved. He's even given away every single card or item that was intended. He gave out all the Ira welcome decks, even after Rudy's video causing the price to shoot up. He still handed out what he had. He gives away the cold foil heroes to the weekly event winners. He gives out the playmats to the People's Champion. He follows the guidelines because he also cares about the flesh and blood community. And that's a huge thing. Like, these stores who are selling the promos, like, they just don't care about their community. But this store right here, like, they care about their community. And that's why the game is going to grow, because of stores like this. This is awesome. Every week, our local community grows and more participants. I love seeing new players and meeting new people who believe in this game. I'm truly looking forward to the future of this game and community. And in a few years, when the game is booming, although one may argue that it's booming now, I mean truly booming, it would be nice knowing I had a hand in helping new players. And also the collector in me can't wait to see how much my collection is worth in a couple of years. Before you ask, no, I am not a whale, just a dolphin, a lucky dolphin. I also want to say thank you for everything you do. Your community needs great content creators. Your channel does not disappoint, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't share my story with just anyone. My time is valuable. So know that I mean when I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, thank you, dude. Hey, so this guy, man, I love two things. Number one, I love that he got in early, right? He said 40 people in the Facebook group. Like, that's super, super early. Like, that's super early. And I know I've seen some of the cards this guy has. He's got some cards that a lot of people want. I thought, so that's the first thing. He's definitely lucky because he got in early. But I don't know, like, he's definitely a dolphin because he's not moving the cards. Like, he believes in the value of the cards currently, and he believes in the future value of the cards, and he's fighting those whales, right? Like, I know he's got whales asking him to sell some of these cards. I've talked to him, and I know that he's got these cards and he's not letting go of them because he believes in the value of the game, and he loves the cards. And he said, like, that sentimental value of, like, his wife opening the pack with him, or like him opening, I know he opened on his first pack. It's kind of crazy. And it's just cool. Like, I just love. So I would definitely say that he's a dolphin because he is, he bought 10 boxes of crew. He's definitely spending good a bit of money on the game. But he's also a lucky dolphin. I love that too. Like, where he got in early, he pulled some really cool cards. And that's awesome. So, hey, thanks for sharing your story. And I also love that his LGS is, like, doing such a good job of getting their local scene going. I wish that our local scene was able to get going. It just doesn't seem like, it seems like I'm the only one who really wants to see it happen. And with my life, 18-month-old, whatever, it's just hard to get to the LGS often. But it's just awesome that, like, the shop owner is going at it. So shout out to Mana Merchant in Omaha. So, hey, thanks for watching. Send in your videos. Let me know in the comment section, whale, dolphin, or lucky fish. I think it would be really hard to make an argument that this guy is a whale. It would be really hard to make an argument that he's a lucky fish. I think it's a pretty solid case of a very lucky dolphin. Send in your story if you want me to read it on camera. Hope you have a great day. And remember to be kind to the people around you.